Hey, what's up, you guys? Swan here from Swan Things. And today we're going to be talking about one of the most powerful tools in wealth building, and that would be compounding interest. Now, compounding interest is what Einstein dubbed as the eighth wonder of the world. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how compounding interest can make anyone a millionaire. So stay tuned, smash that like button, and let's begin. So the first step to becoming a millionaire is not to join an MLM or to start buying rental properties. All I'm asking you to do right now is to start saving and investing a little bit of money every single month. Now, I know saving your money is one of those pro-life tips that everyone knows about but rarely implement in their lives. And in fact, a study published in 2019 shows that 4 out of 10 Malaysians do not have any savings at all. Even more alarming, 2 out of every 3 Malaysians over the age of 54 years old have less than 54,000 ringgit in their EPF accounts. That's over 4 times less than the EPF's recommendation of a minimum of 228,000 ringgit required for retirement. So before I get into how much money you need to save to become a millionaire, let's take a look at this number first because it's far less scary. So how much do you need to save every month to have 228,000 ringgit by the time you retire? Let's think about the average fresh grad starting work right now at 24 years old. If you work until 54, you have roughly 30 years to save up your money. So you might do a simple calculation and say, well, 30 years, that's 360 months to save 228,000 ringgit. So I'll have to save about 635 ringgit a month to reach that number, right? Well, I have good news for you because you do not have to save nearly that much. In fact, you only need to save less than half of that, or 260 ringgit. How does that work? Well, when people think about savings, they tend to think about it as a stagnant thing. But there's one huge advantage that people often forget, and that is compounding interest. Compounding interest is every investor's best friend, and it works like this. Every time you put your savings into investments, your money is being used by someone else to make a profit. And in return, a portion of that profit is paid to you as interest or dividends. Now, instead of taking out the interest to spend, you put it back into your investment, which makes you more money. And you again reinvest that money to make you more money. You're literally buying more money with your money. So in the case where you save up just 260 bucks a month, if you do this for the first 5 years, you'll have just under 18,000 bucks saved up. But if you continue saving up the same amount every month, in the next 5 years, you'll have saved up 23,000 ringgit, and the next 5 years, 30,000 ringgit. So the crazy thing is, as time goes on, saving the same 260 ringgit every month will add more and more money into your accounts without any additional effort from you. This just goes to show the power of compounding interest and how a little bit of savings can make a huge difference if you invest it long enough. So in our previous example, saving 260 ringgit a month will give you just over 230,000 ringgit by the time you retire, putting you in a better financial position than 70% of Malaysian retirees right now. But like the title of the video, we're being ambitious here. We're aiming for the title Millionaire, which I will define as having 1 million ringgit in liquid investable assets. So surprising fact here, less than 3% of Malaysians have a net worth over 100,000 US dollars. So if you're a millionaire, you would be in the top 3 or maybe even top 2% of Malaysians in terms of net worth. So what does it take to become a millionaire? Well, after running the numbers and doing some math, it is surprisingly achievable. So let's say you're a fresh grad just starting off your career at 24 years old. All you need to do is aim to have just 200 ringgit saved and invested every single month for the first year you're working. Now, when I talk about savings here, I am including EPF contributions from your salary and from your employer. So even if you're earning minimum wage, which is 1,200 ringgit a month, you are contributing 11% to your EPF while your employer contributes 13%. So your total contribution is 288 ringgit, which is more than enough to hit this savings target of 200 ringgit a month. So quick note here that any additional money you manage to save on top of the target savings will only accelerate your journey to becoming a millionaire. But don't put that money in the bank because it's not going to grow that way. If you're not sure where to invest your money, the safest bet is to put it in your EPF, or if you're Bumiputra, in your ASB. In my calculations here, I'm assuming a modest return of 5% annual returns on your money. So the EPF and ASB should more than cover that. So going down the table in your second year of working, you'll see that I've increased the amount of savings you need to target by 50 ringgit to 250 ringgit a month. And the trend continues down the table. You need to save 300 ringgit a month in your third year, 350 ringgit a month in your fourth year, and so on and so forth. So I'm not giving you some super unrealistic savings target to begin with, because chances are if you've just started working, you have a lot of other commitments like paying off student loans, car loans, and whatnot. So we're gonna be starting the bar low to begin with, but trust me, if you follow this savings plan, you will become a millionaire by the time you reach 55. Now, by the time you hit 30 years old, though, this is where I'm going to challenge you a bit. Because every year moving forward, I will be increasing the target savings rate per month by 100 ringgit. So hopefully by this time, you'll be able to have enough work experience to pull in a greater salary. And with a little bit of sacrifice, you should be able to save more every year. So you should target to save 600 ringgit a month when you're 31, 700 ringgit a month when you're 32, and add this until you're 55. Remember, these savings targets actually include all your EPF contributions. So even if the number seems pretty big right now, it's actually manageable if you break down how much you are already contributing to your EPF every single month. If you stay disciplined and stick to this savings plan, you will have 1 million ringgit in liquid investable assets by the time you turn 55, something that 97% of Malaysians fail to achieve in their lifetime. When you hit this target, your total investment of 1 million ringgit will generate 52,000 ringgit in passive income every year, which means that you can spend about 4,300 ringgit a month for the rest of your life without working a single day. Now, this is not to say that the journey will be easy for everyone, but I do not want the big numbers being shown to discourage people from trying, because you can start with as little as 200 ringgit a month and work up to that goal slowly. Now, you may have to make short-term sacrifices to make life easier for yourself when you get older, but you don't have to be a successful businessman or an investing genius. You just have to stay disciplined and focused and let compounding interest work its magic. So that's all for my video today. I really hope it motivates and inspires you to start saving and investing your money, because even a small amount of savings will make a huge difference down the road. As always, thank you so much for watching. Subscribe to my channel for more personal finance content, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!